Hello everyone, Mr. Fraser here. This video is an introduction to Lesson 4 in our series of online lessons on Anne Donovan's short stories. Today we're going to be looking at narrative techniques and dialect. So let's start with our learning intentions and success criteria. Our learning intention is to understand how narrative techniques can be used in short stories, and our success criteria is I can identify what the narrative techniques tell us about the narrator, and I can explain why Donovan chose to use the narrative techniques found in All That Glisters. So let's just start with some basic terminology. By narrative techniques we mean the methods which the writer uses to tell the story. So this can include the use of first or third person narrative. But this can also include dialect, which is defined as a form of language spoken in a particular geographical area. In other words, it's really just the different ways that people speak in different areas. For example, as you'll know, there's a distinct Glasgow dialect, there's a distinct Glasgow way of speaking, which we see in the Donovan stories. But of course, there's also dialects all over the world. There's an Edinburgh dialect, an Aberdeen dialect, a London dialect, and dialects local to, as I say, areas, cities, locations, all over the globe. Okay, so moving on with the actual tasks, the first thing you need to do is open the Google Forms document, which is uploaded to the Google Classroom. There you'll see the first task involves reading the quote, which is there in the description, and then simply selecting what you can tell about the narrator based on that quote. And hopefully this will show you that narrative style and narrative technique can be used as a tool by a writer to help you learn and understand things about the characters. In other words, narrative technique can be used for characterization. Also, just note that you need to select 5 correct statements here. There's not just one correct answer. Okay, so once you've hit submit on the first part of the task, you'll then be taken to a new page, and the first thing you need to do is watch this YouTube video, which is at the very top of the form. This will show you a couple of edited clips of Donovan talking about her use of these different narrative techniques. And once you've watched that a few times, I'd like you to then attempt the questions. There's just 2, but I'd like you to try your best to answer them in as much detail as you possibly can. So just type your answers underneath each image on the Google form, and when you're happy with what you've written, hit submit. That'll give us access to your responses straight away. So that's it. Hopefully everything's clear, but if you're not sure about anything, if you want to ask a question, just get in touch. Drop us a comment or an email and we'll help you as much as we can. Remember, there is no such thing as a stupid question, and it's okay to find this stuff difficult. The very best of luck.